If you were able to do the calculations, of course. Oh, said Clover. She wondered how the beams were collected. Oliver probably knew, but she didn't want another lecture. So, instead of asking, she took a bottle of crescent moonbeams, which was the type Mr. Jam said they needed, from the box. Then she found a spoon and wooden bowl, crusted with sparkles, for mixing the polish. The cork on the stardust was stuck in tight, but Oliver was writing again and was too absorbed to notice her struggling with it. Before Clover could remind him that he was supposed to be helping her, the bell in the front room rang. "Package here!" came the friendly voice of Cedric, the delivery man. Well, delivery centaur to be specific. "Package for Oliver Van Hoof?" "I guess Mr. Jams has stepped away from the front desk," Oliver said, pushing his glasses up his nose. "I'd better go get the package. It is for me." He gathered his notebook and quill. "I wonder what it could be." "But," Clover started, still trying to remove the cork. "What about—" "Don't fret. I'll return soon." And with that, Oliver was gone. Clover couldn't believe it. He had gotten out of helping again. Yesterday had been the same. They were supposed to clean the big tank to prepare for the arrival of a hippocampus, a half-horse, half-fish creature. But just at the hard part, pouring the water in, he disappeared because he remembered a vital fact he had to add to his book, and he hadn't returned. "This time he'd better," thought Clover. She tugged at the cork. Poof! Out it came, and a cloud of stardust billowed out too, covering her dress. She sighed as she brushed it off as best she could. Luckily, the cork on the moonbeams slipped free easily. As Clover stirred the two ingredients together, lumps of stardust melted, and so did her annoyance. After all, how many times had she wished upon stars that she could be with animals? And now, here she was, working with magical animals, and actually touching bits of stars. She couldn't stay upset when she thought about that. At last, the polish was ready. With a rag and the bowl of paste in hand, Clover headed out of the tack room to begin the actual work. However, polishing the first unicorn's horn proved impossible. Plum, or Sugar Plumsy Wumsy, as he had been named by the princess who'd owned him, wouldn't lie down or stay still, and he kept trying to eat the rag. So instead of polishing his horn, Clover filled up his bucket with a generous heaping of hearty oats and moved on to Sunny's stall. Trying to polish Sunny's horn was impossible, too. Sunny, or Smoochy Coochie Sunshine, was an especially small unicorn with long eyelashes. Supposedly, the princess who had owned him had tried curling them and poked one of Sunny's eyes. The minute Clover brought the rag up to Sunny's horn, his left eye began to fill with tears. Whether it was from some stardust that got into it or out of fear, she didn't know. But she couldn't possibly polish his horn if it upset him so. There, she said, gently patting his nose until he calmed down. "Where is Oliver?" Clover wondered. "He should be back by now." Cedric liked to chat, but it shouldn't take that long to get mail from him. With a sigh, she moved on to Tootsie. Tootsie, or Tootsie Wootsy Woogums, was triple trouble. Her horn was ticklish, and every time Clover touched it with the rag, Tootsie shook it. On the third try, the horn missed Clover by inches, and she jumped back just in time. The bowl of polish slipped from her hands and landed upside down on the stall floor in a sparkly, gucky mess. "Ugh!" cried Clover. "I can't do this by myself." Oliver wasn't getting out of helping this time. She scooped up as much of the polish as she could and set the bowl down outside the stall. After giving Tootsie's nose a pat, she closed the stall gate. Then she stormed out of the stables and into the main hall of the agency. She was about to call for Oliver when she heard voices coming from the small animals' room. She could hear Oliver, Mr. Jams, and someone else, too. A girl. Oliver was helping. He was helping with an adoption. 2. Reckless with Relics. The door to the small animals' room was slightly ajar, and Clover peered in. Mr. Jams, Oliver, and a girl around Clover's age stood in front of the magic kitten's cage.